days, there was a town crier who would shout the news of the day to people on the street. That's basically every app on your phone now. So you have to be extra careful with how you share the details of your life. You are a smart girl, and your social media presence should say so. Don't post anything that makes you look ignorant. As a general rule, if you wouldn't want your mom to see it, don't post it. Imagine moms hiding everywhere, just waiting to like your photos on Instagram and ask you what on fleek means. Don't post cryptic messages about fights you're having with your friends online. Jasmine has been muted. She knows what she did. No matter what she did. They used to call that airing your dirty laundry. Dirty laundry stinks. Real bad. As far as how often to post, well, some people like to post a photo every 10 seconds. Heading to Starbucks, in line at Starbucks, just got my mocha, drinking my mocha, back into sunlight, no, back into Starbucks, my life is a circle! Being that person is intense, and it distracts you from enjoying what's happening around you. Refrain from posting instead of living. Take the photo if you really want to, then hashtag latergram it. Get in the habit of putting your phone away, or at least turning it over when you're in good company. You never want to give the impression that what's happening on Snapchat is more interesting than the living, breathing person right in front of you. And if you ever want no social media at an event, don't be afraid to tell your friends so. I want to enjoy girls' night without cell phones. Please just bring your pajamas and enough cookies to share. I'll be there. I love cookies. Relationship status. I'd say wait at least 6 months before declaring yourself in a relation on Facebook. You know, just in cases. The people who matter already know what's up. P.S. Don't accept every friend request. Just leave the ones you're not sure about pending forever. The magic of the pending friend request is, it's not mean. Leaving it pending is just saying, I'm out living life and not constantly checking on my friend count. That's how rad I am. Finally, if you don't think you're strong enough to have good manners on social media, either make a super secret profile that only you and your cat can see, or disconnect. You are smart and wonderful and don't need the likes. Look up and see the world. It's pretty outside. Thanks for sending your questions about social media to #SmartManners. Is it okay to post an Instagram of my friend without asking her first? No, it's not. Because your friend needs to be in charge of her own social media presence. So the smart girl's thing to do is to just ask your friend first. Watch more, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and send us your questions via #SmartManners.
Morning, Sergeant.
Morning, Devil. How was your weekend?
Pretty good. #low-key.
#outstanding.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Morning, Tufo. How was your weekend?
It was good. #nothing crazy.
#sweet. Morning, Sergeant. Morning, Motivator. How was your weekend? It was pretty good. I got a tattoo of on my and it is terrifying. And then I went down to the and it was awesome. You'd probably like it too. You should go down there and get yourself. And then I took out $500 from my bank account and spent it all on It was so worth it. ############################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################### Hashtag Marine Corps.
Hi everyone, college applications are in and the waiting game has begun. But did you know your kids' social media profiles could be costing them their acceptance letters?
Now, it turns out the number of college admissions officers checking the social media profiles of applicants is at an all-time high. Here with more is Kurt the Cyber Guy. Nice to see you, Kurt.
Hey, good morning. Happy weekend to you. We're talking about 90% of regular college admissions for people throughout the U.S. It's a nail-biting moment right now.
Yeah.
Am I getting in? So right about now, up until March the 15th is the ish date that college admissions officers around the country are digging into the pile and they're looking through all of those applications. They're going to look through the essays. They're going to read everything about you. And this is that moment they also are going to say, let's look on social media and see what it might say publicly about somebody. And in many cases, what may have seemed like a regular night out and just having fun with your family and friends could instead backfire on you and look like you're a party animal, and they go, next pile, boom.
So we need to have our kids censor their social media profiles if they're public.
Yeah, we went researching. We went to one of the top companies in the country called Accept You, and they help college students write essays and understand what the structure of the essays are that are most successful in admissions around the country. And they came back with some really good information that's just the basics, which is a really important reminder. So if you're watching your grandparent, your parent, if you're up early and you're young and you're waiting for that answer from the college, now is the moment to go right now and set those privacy settings to away from public. There's just really no reason to have public information out there.
Well, it's not safe anyway, is it?
Yeah, it's not safe anyway, but you know, we get carried away. We don't think about it all the time, so we need to turn that off.
So it paints a broad picture going through all of your social media. So Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, although kids aren't really using Twitter, but go through all those, Snapchat, and you say delete inappropriate pictures and look at your overall, you know, I guess, portfolio of social media, because this is really part of the application process.
Go grab a friend and ask them, a friend you trust, and say, look at these pictures. If you didn't know me, what does this say about me? Anything that is questionable needs to go bye-bye. You just got to get rid of it. There's no reason you want an admissions officer at this moment to stare down at a photo of you hanging out with 2 beers in your hand. It just doesn't make any sense.
They also say Google your first and last name. Find out what comes up.
These are the basics. This is your friend. If you can't get a friend to sit next to you, obviously Google yourself. But Google yourself with new eyes, as if you don't know what it might say, and then define who you are, what it says about your character when you find those results.
You know, a lot of people don't know that Google has its own profile, so that you can actually create Anna Koyman Google profile, so that the first thing that comes up is the thing that you build, right? You put your own resume, you can put your own pictures, so that when someone Googles your name, that's the first thing they see, not other garbage.
We should do a segment on that, too. Does it cost anything?
It's free. Yeah, it's free, but it's controlled by you.
How do we use our digital footprint to our advantage? Are there ways to do that?
Undoubtedly. I mean, you really want to be able to put your best foot forward, and like Tip said, well, what Clayton was just saying is really define what says who you are. Put information out there that's obviously truthful and also flattering, and nothing that would ever go against you.
So make sure you put on some really smart glasses and stand behind like a nice bookcase that has like leather-bound books, right? Moby Dick. And
think if you're the admissions officer, what's a real photo? I mean, don't be an actor. Be real, but just don't put something up that isn't going to work for you.
It's crazy, the admissions process. I mean, it used to be you would apply to like 1 or 2 schools. Now the kids have to do like 30 schools.
And then the friend who's a former college admissions officer, Stephen Friedfield, he's developed this company that's what. When we were applying, I don't think there was this, where you could go and hire a company that would say, these are the kind of essays that are working, go in this direction. It's really competitive.
It kind of gives those kids an unfair advantage, though, if they've got the money and the resources and the know-how to hire somebody like that.
Well, we just helped you this morning without it costing you a dime, right?
It's free if it's on Fox and Friends. All right, sure, thank you.
Hey guys, so I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but my voice is gonna be a little bit more annoying than usual because I'm sick. In fact, I've been sick for a while now. With Bieber fever! No, okay, yeah, that illness has been gone for a while now. But really though, I have been sick for like 2 or 3 weeks, so I apologize for my voice and also my hair, which I did not cut. I don't know why I never remember to cut my hair before I vlog. I know so many of you wonderful people love to point out how ugly my hair gets when it's long, but being the extremely self-confident person that I am, it's a good thing I don't care what you guys think about my Huh. Well, that works. Don't you love those days when you have magical sneezes? Anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys know what memes are, and one of my favorite memes is the unpopular opinion meme. You know, the one where people write their opinion on something that most people don't agree with? Either that, or they agree with it and they're too scared to say it out loud. Well, as you guys know, I'm always gonna give you guys my honest opinion, as unpopular as it may be. I mean, it does get me into trouble sometimes, but this isn't TV. You can't tell me what to say. You can't tell me what to think. This is YouTube. I can say whatever I want. This is the land of the free and the home of the bees. What? Yep, definitely off the pill today. Anyway, today's topic can be another touchy one. Cyberbullying. If you've watched my Draw My Life video, you know that I was bullied a lot when I was younger, so of course I think bullying is a problem, but recently it seems like cyberbullying is like the main topic that people report on these days. You know, from articles to news stations to groups being started on Facebook just to target cyberbullying. Well, I'm just gonna come out and say it. This is my unpopular opinion for the day. Cyberbullying is a first world problem. There, I said it. Now bring on the hate comments. Nah, just kidding. Don't, because that would be cyberbullying. Look, don't get me wrong. I do believe that cyberbullying is a problem, but don't you think we should be more focused on regular bullying that's done in person? Coming from somebody who was bullied in real life, I don't think it's really bullying if you can escape it. When I was being bullied in school, there was no escape. I felt like I was being backed into a corner to the point where I wanted to kill myself because I thought I had no other option. I was forced to be there with them. I was forced to go to school. I was forced to go to classes with them. If I had the choice, I would have avoided them at all costs. If you're being cyberbullied, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media, you are not being backed into a corner. You have so many options. You have the option to unfriend your bullies. You have the option to block your bullies. You have the option to escape your bullies by deleting your entire account. You are not being forced to be there. Having social media is not something you need to live, and there's no law saying that you have to be on it, unlike school. That's your own choice. I believe that if you're gonna choose to be on social media, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with it. If you can't handle it, then just don't be on it. There's no shame in that, because no matter how much people try to stop bullying through empathetic news stories or campaigns, I honestly believe that bullying, especially cyberbullying, is never gonna stop. That's just how some people are. And also, on a side note, all those stop bullying campaigns where all people do is hashtag stop bullying does almost nothing in my opinion. I'm pretty sure there aren't any bullies that looks at a tweet with hashtag stop bullying and thinks, oh, okay, yeah, I'll stop. And for all the kids that are being bullied that do see that hashtag, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be thinking, that'll stop them. Instead of campaigning to try and stop bullying, I think there should be more campaigns trying to teach kids how to deal with bullying. I'm sure at the time I would have appreciated that a lot more. Hashtag bullying isn't going away, so let's teach the kids how to deal with bullying and other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty catchy. That'll catch on. I can honestly say to all you kids out there that are being bullied right now, if you can survive being bullied, it's gonna make you a stronger person when you get older. Not older, older. Well, I guess older too. I think the real way people learn how to grow is either inspiration or desperation. And if you're being bullied to the point of desperation where you feel like you have no options, you're gonna figure out something. A little off topic, but other than mentioning it in my Draw My Life video, I never really told my story in detail publicly before. Being bullied is not something you're typically proud of. Kinda wanna just erase those years. I don't know the next time I'm gonna be talking about bullying, so here is my story. Cue emotional music. When I was a little boy, I never thought I'd make it out. Okay, that's a little too dramatic. Let's tone it down. So when I was going into 6th grade, I moved to a charter school where I basically didn't know anyone. And I already stood out because I was really short and skinny at the time, and there was also not many Asians there. And plus, because it was a charter school, we all took a placement test to see which group we would be in, and to this day, I still don't know how, but I scored really well on that test, and they put me with the older kids, who I was even smaller in comparison to. And from there, it was pretty much like I was in a movie, in terms of getting bullied. Things that I saw in movies that I thought never happened in real life happened to me. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but I would get shoved, pushed to the ground, pranked, being made fun of for being small and Asian. And this went on pretty much every single day. I used to make all these random excuses to my mom why I couldn't go to school until I finally told her why. And I remember she called the principal one night, and the next day we all had this big assembly to talk about how we shouldn't be bullying each other, and that pretty much did nothing. And at the time, I just hated life. I used to stay up every single night feeling angry and sorry for myself. Some nights I'd be so frustrated that I have thoughts of just bringing my mental back to school and just start swinging away at these bullies, but then I'd come to my senses and realize that I don't want to go to jail. I'd rather be dead than go to jail, which actually led to even darker thoughts. But luckily I'd fall asleep and in the morning be somewhat grateful that I didn't do it. But then I remember one specific night, I was just sick of feeling angry and sorry for myself, and I started to think in a different way. Sorry, I chose to think in a different way. I remember thinking to myself that everything happens for a reason. I'm being bullied for a reason, my bullies are bullying me for a reason, and I just asked myself why. And I came to realize that everything they did was just to make each other laugh, and I was just the easiest target. So then I thought, how can I take that away from them? And once I started thinking like that, I changed my entire outlook on the situation. I made everything a challenge. No matter how much someone was gonna prank me or do stuff to me to make each other laugh, I was gonna make them laugh. If one of the bullies made fun of me, I would go with it and make their joke my joke. Like if one of them said, why don't you open your eyes, you little chink? I would say, what do you mean chink? I don't understand. And then everyone laughed because they weren't expecting me to say anything. And just like that, it was my joke. And then if I got tripped or shoved to the ground, I'd make a joke out of it. I remember this one time, one of the guys were behind me and they did that thing where you take a step and they kick your back leg, you trip and fall down, and I did. And basically he said, move it, Jap. And I would just be like, man, Richard, that was a good one. You're so strong. Shut up. Okay, and I know it didn't seem like I won that time, but then I just kept doing it over and over and eventually it stopped. I took the fun out of it. I didn't get mad, I didn't retaliate, I just made it a joke like I wanted to fall down. And instead of being known as the small nerdy Asian kid, I was known as the small nerdy Asian kid that was sometimes funny. Nobody wants to bully the small nerdy Asian kid that's sometimes funny, because that's just me. But that's basically my story. Cool story, bro. Thank you. That's what it would sound like if you were here. I started using comedy as a defense, and then I just fell in love with making people laugh, which led to me making videos, and now I'm here talking to you guys. And for all of you out there that are going through the same thing, it doesn't mean that if you do what I did, it's gonna work for you. You have to figure out your own situation. The point is, for all of you out there who feel like you're being backed into a corner and you have no other options, just remember and know that you are not gonna be there forever, and if you manage to survive it, it's gonna make you a stronger and smarter person when you get older. And I know it may sound a little messed up and another unpopular opinion, but being bullied is kind of a blessing in a really, really good disguise. Because if you get to that point of desperation where you're backed into a corner and you feel like you have no options and you still survive it, at least for me, you live with this thought that there's nothing that you can't do because you've been in a situation with no options and you still made it. I can honestly say that looking back, I'm almost thankful to my bullies because without them, I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. In fact, if you happen to be watching this video for some reason, you know exactly what you are. I forgive you for everything. I wouldn't be who I am or where I am today without you. So in a way, thank you. Whoa, went super off topic on this one. Sorry, I get really passionate when I talk about bullying. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this wasn't the funniest video, but it's something I've always wanted to talk about. Remember to post the hashtag bullying isn't going away, so let's teach kids how to deal with them and stuff. I don't think that was it. And also remember, if you're being bullied, son of a So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see the previous video, click the one on the left. If you want to see the last rant video that I did, click the one on the right. And just come over here and say hi. Say hi, Dom. This is Dom. Dietrich, say hi. Hey!